Okay, Dalya Baron. They all deserve your applause, definitely.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dalya Baron. I'm 31 years old. I'm a mother to a beautiful baby boy. My parents are Olga Sheinin and Alexander Baron. My mom is a doctor. My father is an accountant. I'm an astronomer. I study how galaxies evolve as a function of time and how they interact with the supermassive black holes in their center. I'm also interested in machine learning and big data analysis in astronomy. And I hope to start my postdoctorate in 1 year and then become a professor here in Israel. Thank you.
Gil Bashan.
Hello. So my name is Gil Bashan, and I'm 33, almost 34 years old. I live in Petah Tikva with my wife Yara, and we have 5 children. My father is an engineer, and my mother is a teacher. I'm learning in my PhD at Bar-Ilan University about optomechanics, interaction between optical light to sound, and what we can do is that we can do sensors and things like that. And what I want to be in the future, I really don't know what will happen 2 weeks from now. So maybe post, maybe I don't know. Thank you.
Binyamin.
Hi, my name is Binyamin, and I first want to thank you for the opportunity. It's a great honor. I was born and live in Tiberias. I have an amazing husband and 2 wonderful daughters. My father worked in the printing industry, and my mother at an insurance agency. And my family always pushing me and believe that I can do anything that I want and love, and I want to thank them for that. I'm doing my PhD in medical science at the Israeli Faculty of Medicine of Bar-Ilan University, which is located in Tzfat, under the supervision of Professor Oren. Our lab examined the role of our own bacterial population, which also termed the microbiome, in health and disease. My PhD, sorry, very excited. My PhD examined the involvement of the gut bacteria population in aging. According to the World Health Organization, the lifespan of the worldwide population is increased during the past decades. But even though we live longer, our health span is decreased. In addition, we know that as we age, we experience a physiological decline, which leads to several diseases, such as cardiovascular diseases, cancer, and diabetes. In addition, we know that the gut bacteria population play a major role in several diseases and also in health. So the aim of my PhD and also my hope for the future is to improve the health span of all the individuals by manipulating their gut bacterial population, either with probiotics or by intakes of metabolites, components that are usually produced by the gut bacteria. In addition, I hope to keep doing the things that inspired and motivate me, and I hope that I can do it by continuing to research. And I want to thank you again, to thank my family, my supervisor, my lab, and for you for listening.
Jonathaf Balignat.
So someone forgot the mask here. My name is Jonathaf Balignat. I'm a PhD student at the Technion in Haifa. I'm a theoretical physicist. I live in Haifa. My father's here is a judge, and my mother is a researcher at the University of Haifa. My research is about gravity in its many manifestations, both on small scales like astrophysical systems, small astrophysical systems, and large scales such as the whole universe, where I've studied, where I also study gravitational waves, their distribution, and other properties. Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you.
Noam Lifshitz.
I'm Noam Lifshitz. My father is a law professor, and my mother is a mediator. My research is about pseudorandomness. It's about objects that look like they're random, even though they are deterministic, even though they are not random, basically. And there are many ways. So for example, like if I tell you to flip a coin 100 times and you want to cheat me and make me believe that it's random, you flip it randomly, but you don't really want to bother and flip all the coins, you can tell me that there are 47 heads and 53 tails, and then I'll believe you. So this is pseudorandom. But if all of them are heads, then I won't believe you, and this is not pseudorandom. And my field of research is about connecting these various notions of pseudorandomness. There are various ways in which an object can behave like a random object, and my research is about showing equivalence between these notions, and also it's about studying other objects that are not necessarily pseudorandom, but it turns out that many objects, even though that they don't look like they're random, they have pseudorandom chunks inside them, and then these tools of studying pseudorandomness can be useful. I recently started a position in the Hebrew University as a senior lecturer, and I plan to continue an academic career. Okay, so thank you.
Dan Liraz.
Hello, so my name is Dan Liraz. I was born in Haifa 31 years ago. I'm from the Technion also. My mother is Moti, my father is Moti, my mother is Carmela. My father was economist at the State Comptroller Office. He has retired several years ago, and my mother, lots of years ago, was a teacher, but since I know her, she was stay-at-home mom, and she spent all her time in educating me and my brother and give us motivation. And absolutely, I can say that I'm here today thanks to her. For the 3 months ago, I became a father myself. So sorry for all your babies, but my baby girl is the most adorable baby in the world, thanks to her mother, of course. And okay, so my research. So my supervisor is Professor Nir Tesla, and my research is somewhere in between electrical engineering and physics and chemistry. I'm studying the physical mechanisms which relate to efficiency in solar cells based on made from organic materials. So these organic solar cells are both transparent and flexible. And my hope for the future is that we will be able to increase the efficiency of these solar cells and to cover and power up with them some electrical equipment mainly outdoors, and to integrate with the revolution and the vision of the Internet of Things. That's it. And thank you all, and thank you for the Adams family and for Batsheva somewhere.
Noam Shachar.
So hi everyone. So first of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Israeli Academy of Sciences, to the Adams Committee, and of course to the Adams family. So thank you very much for everything. My name is Noam Shachar. I'm 31 years old, married plus 2 children. I was born in Haifa, but now I live in Tel Aviv, and I conduct my PhD in Tel Aviv University. My mother, Ofra, who is here, is now retired from her work as a teacher, and she's now a devoted grandma for 4 grandchildren, 2 of whom are mine. And my father, Nissan, which is also here, was supposed to retire already from his work, but is now the CEO of one of the largest companies in Israel for laboratory furnitures. So I'll start by saying the terrible word of GMO, genetically modified organisms. So in most cases, we hear this word in a negative context, and many of us attempt to avoid as much as possible consuming GMOs. But GMOs will likely play a major role in the future of mankind. We will need more food in the future, which means that we'll need to grow more crops. The problem is that we cannot afford any more land for agriculture in our planet. Therefore, we will be required to make the most of what we already have, making our current crops more productive. I'm convinced that a proper solution is to genetically engineer plants to provide higher yields and nutritional values while being more resistant to both abiotic and biotic stresses. My research focuses on genetics of the chloroplast organelle, the unit in plants responsible for photosynthesis and basically providing all the sugar and oxygen in our world. As a bacterial-like unit with its own genome, chloroplasts are exciting candidates for genetic engineering due to their more primitive features compared with the nuclear genome of plants. Ultimately, I hope to have contributed to the scientific field of plant synthetic biology, which can then be used in order to develop new strains of plants that can support food security in our future. Thank you.
I think you can sign this guy up.
Okay, עכשיו אנחנו עוברים, now we're moving to this year's fellows, Jonathan Chemo.
Hi. Okay, so my name is Jonathan. I'm 30 years old, and I was born in Jerusalem, really nearby in the Katamon neighborhood, to a family of 5. I have a big brother, Eliran, which is also a scientist from Tel Aviv University, and Dor, a little brother. My father passed away 5 years ago, so I'm here with my mother. She's very proud. And so also here in Jerusalem, I did my bachelor degree in the Hebrew University, in which I first exposed to the field of electrochemistry, which means that the combination between chemistry and electricity. And then I moved to, I conduct my PhD in the Weizmann Institute in Rehovot, with Professor Milko Vanderboom and Dr. Michal Ar. So doing my research, I developed a charge storage device by using organic molecules. So we managed to store charge by not using metal or semiconductors like silicon, but using organic material, which means that in terms of sustainability and from the environment, it is a good solution because we can use not pollutant energy source like magnetic field and light in order to store energy, in order to generate electricity rather than use fossil fuels. So this is what I did until now, and I hope that in the next year, during my PhD, I will manage to finish with that project and manage to store charge by magnetic field, which is something that I really hope to achieve. And thank you for Adam's family. Thank you very much to having me. It's a very honor. And that's it. Thank you all.
Noam Harel.
Hi, so I'm Noam. I'm 27 years old. I live in Tel Aviv. Originally from Ramot Meir, which is a moshav in the center of Israel. I'm doing my PhD in Tel Aviv University in Adi Stern's lab, where I researched genetics and evolution of viruses. So I actually chose my lab before it was such a hot subject, but ever since the COVID-19 pandemic, I've been working mostly on projects in that area. So for example, we've been working with hospitals and the Ministry of Health on projects such as studying using genetic sequences to solve epidemiological investigations and actually find out how the virus is spreading within hospitals. And we've also worked on assessing the vaccine effectiveness against the different variants that are present in Israel. In the future, I hope to continue and use bioinformatics and big data to solve questions in this area, which will hopefully have an impact on public health.
נוי ברכה נחמד.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Noy Nechmad, and I'm very excited to be here today. I was born in 1992 in Israel and raised in Shoham. Today, I am a PhD student in Professor Gabriel Lemkov Group at the Chemistry Department in Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. I am married to Eitan, and we live in Beersheba. My mother, Marcel, is the principal of an elementary school, and my father, Ezra, is a vice president of a high-tech company. My research is focused on organometallic chemistry and catalysis. One of my main discoveries was the synthesis of a new ruthenium iodide catalyst. This catalyst shows unique and outstanding reactivity and selectivity for the preparation of new molecules through rearrangement of carbon-carbon double bonds in new pathways. One of the pathways was the depolymerization of a polymer back to its original building blocks. And polymers are all around us, and we use it in our everyday life. Polymers can be plastic, can be clothes, or even medicine. Therefore, I wish to recycle polymers with my iodide catalyst, and with that may solve one of the most serious pollution problems in our world. Also in my PhD studies, I hope to develop new methods and prepare useful polymers for different kinds of applications. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Efrat Pachima. I'm 30 years old and I'm here with my parents, which are Sigalit and Elazar. And my mother is the head of the service department in the Tel Aviv municipality, and my father is a pastry chef. They are both equally awesome. And I'm doing my PhD at Professor Igor Shapiro's lab from the Hebrew University, and we are doing computational chemistry, which is probably the coolest field that science has to offer. We basically just simulate chemical reactions in the computer, so no lab is used in this field. And, well, we basically get to see molecules react with each other, and we get to see why and how it happens. So it's like getting a glimpse into how exactly the universe is functioning, and that's why it's cool. And yeah, that's it.
Inbal Weisbrod. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Inbal Weisbrod and I'm now starting my 5th year of PhD at the Technion Chemical Engineering Department. You've probably heard about how, in order to keep advancing technology forward, we need to learn how to produce smaller and smaller components for the electronics industry. You might have also heard that we are nearing the limits of what we can do in this area. In my research group, we work with polymers using their special characteristic chemical and physical properties to make them self-assemble into the shapes and formations we desire in the nanometric scale, smaller than what can be achieved through traditional methods used today. In addition to electronics, we can manipulate polymers in this manner to form organized thin films that can be used as water filtration membranes, or nanoparticles that have great potential in drug delivery systems, and also many other examples. We then use the polymer's chemical properties to replace them with materials that are more suitable for work in whichever application that the self-assembly was destined for. Because we work with features that are so small, in order to study the results of my research, I use electron microscopy methods that are truly on the cutting edge of today's imaging abilities and give me high-resolution 3D information about what I managed to create. When I finish my PhD, my husband, who is studying for a PhD in organic chemistry, and I plan to pursue postdoctoral positions abroad, and eventually we hope to rejoin the scientific community here at home. I'm very honored to join the ranks of Adams Fellows and truly sorry that I couldn't be with you today. And I'm looking forward to meeting everyone in person at the next event. Thank you.
Eyal Weiss.
Hello everyone, my name is Eyal Weiss and I'm truly honored to be here. I'm 33 years old, born and raised in Tel Aviv, where I also live with my wife Yael and my dog Berta. My mother Dalya is a retired high school math teacher and educator, and my father Uri is a lawyer. My parents have 3 children, where I am the youngest of my siblings. My sister Michal is also a lawyer, and my brother Amir is a researcher in the field of signal processing, where he is currently a postdoctoral fellow at MIT. After completing a BSc and MSc in electrical engineering at Tel Aviv University, I joined the Department of Computer Science at Bar-Ilan University as a PhD student, where I'm very lucky to be supervised by Professor Gal Kamenka. I work in a field called automated planning, where we design systems which utilize a model-based approach in order to automatically generate action plans on demand for various sorts of agents, physical or virtual. These plans are high-level and typically serve as a causal structure for accomplishing a given task. As an example of application, such a planning system was used by NASA for creating high-level action plans for autonomous control of robots in space exploration missions. My research aims at extending the scope of current planning capabilities so that we'll be able to take into account more forms of data during the planning phase, with the purpose of generating much more informed action plans, which in turn will increase their quality and applicability. I believe that strong planning capabilities are an absolute necessity for autonomous agents, and that in time this technology will be in widespread usage. I hope to gradually become an expert in my field and to be able to make meaningful contributions to the research community. This scholarship will help me focus on my effort on research, and so I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Hello everyone, my name is Yoav Zigdon. I'm from Beersheba. My father is retired and he worked in marketing in a company that fixes electronic devices. My mother works as a speech therapist. My research is about black holes. I'm interested to know the definition of black holes and how they might be related to strings. I'm also interested in the early universe and how to describe it. Well, I hope personally to succeed in my research, and more broadly that people will live better lives. And I wish to thank the Adams family, the organizers of this ceremony, and my family. Thanks.